Hey everybody, it is Matt here from Ok Aussie and Dyan. It is Sunday, the 8th of December, and we're coming into the evening period time. It's 5:06 p.m. Dyan is in a lot of pain, and unfortunately, having pushed herself with the last little steps that she had to do herself, we are expecting some sort of seizure activity coming on as well. Now, I have actually just given her a range of pain medications for the night basically. So we brought all her night medications earlier ahead. So normally they'll be at 6:15, just gone 5. So she's had her clonazepam 2 milligrams. She's had some Panadol Osteo, some Nurofen. She's had some medicinal CBD, and her nighttime dose of sodium valproate, which is the Epilin medication. Now Diane has high likelihood of having some sort of episode. And that's what I think we've now pushed ourselves into being. I'm just going to put the pulse oximeter on while we go through this. We've just been upstairs for the last couple of hours trying to arrange the apartment ready to do the last physical move. So the move is out of this temporary. We're getting dystonia in the face with the maxilla mandible. So we've had a couple of hours of just literally doing the last finishing touches so that tomorrow morning, first thing, we can literally move out of here and transition into, put this onto the middle finger. And you're in pain, I know, Bubba, I get it. I really do understand. Now, last night we had quite a Tourette's episode. That went for probably about an hour and a half. That was a combination, and Tourette's is a combination of both vocal and motor movement tics. So at the moment we're seeing a few of that. We're seeing a bit of dystonic action in the face, the cranial segmental dystonia that sometimes occurs as well around this. Like I said, I'm hoping that because I've given the medications now that we can get in front of this and not go in, but we're actually seeing bilaterally the right eye is actually dropping, flaring of the nostrils, some other sort of muscular pain and movements are happening as well. Let's see if the oxygen stats are reading for me. Come on, you. I just want to get a reading. No. Oh, Bubba, I'm so sorry. So much physical work goes into the whole process of moving house, and for people with disability, seriously, it is insane. Even having a care team, even myself, obviously being 24 hours a day, 7 days a week available for Dawn, it still takes a huge amount to manage her safety, medications, food, keeping her supported in company, activities of daily living, but also how do you actually do the move part, the setting up components. Oh, you're in pain, sweetie. I know, I get it, I really do, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, sweetie. It's going to pass. The medications that I've given you in the next 15 minutes are just going to subdue your pain. Oxygen stats are good, they're at 98%. Heart rate's, however, very, very accelerated at 94 for her. Remember that her baseline measurement is 52 for heart rate. Low in the blood pressure range, so she's bradycardic. Normally it's 90 over 60. I'm not even going to try and do a blood pressure reading at the moment. We're seeing a bit of seizure activity just before we've thrown on the camera. Let's see how things pan out. Bear with me, stick around. That's what our channel was about. Dyan, if you're new to the channel, has got a chromosomal disorder, a microdeletion of the 22nd chromosome, on the long arm of that 22nd chromosome. That microdeletion means that she's missing anywhere between 40 to 60 genes, and that affects about 180, 185 different symptoms and individualised conditions throughout her entire body, because it is affecting the gene level, the DNA. Very important. It does hurt. So I can take a temperature reading from it. So much pain. Simcoe, current time, 5:11 p.m. Alright, so we're not getting febrile, which is really good. It's only 36.6. That's something I'm really happy about, even though she's feeling quite warm to touch on the skin. She hasn't and isn't running a fever. The external temperature today has been about 32 degrees, so it has actually been quite warm. As we come into the summer season, the temperature really does affect Dyan quite considerably. There is an increase of what we see with neurological activity, particularly neuroinflammation, and more seizures are actually experienced. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we can do for it for you. Okay.
Oh, my leg. I had some muscle.
You've had some muscle during the unpacking and during the setup. Now everything was unpacked for Dyan, as in literally all the boxes were unpacked, everything was placed in the position where things roughly need to go for her to be able to pick up and put. But it's still that bending action, sorting action, thinking processes, and particularly with executive functioning with autism. The OCD is in overdrive as you're trying to work out the arrangements, because it's organisational OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder. Throw into that you've got normal executive functioning with being autistic. How does that actually function and work?
I go for Tinkerbell shoes. Tinkerbell shoes.
Tinkerbell, absolutely. So, not to be confused with Tinkerbell the fish, which unfortunately passed away during the move process. Dyan was setting up some of her collections, and one of her collections is actually including Tinkerbell. She has shoes, and one of her shoes has gone missing in the move, so she's shoeless with one foot.
What am I going to do?
We will either make Tinkerbell go shoeless, barefoot, or we'll try and discover and find, and hopefully it is somewhere and hasn't been caught up in someone unwrapping and caught up in paper or thrown in a bin or something along those sort of lines. Hopefully not. Just trying to see if you're... Okay, heart rate's come down a bit. It's now down to 76, so that's better. Oxygen stats, however, are at 88. Now remember, with the oxygen saturation levels, 95 and above is good. We obviously ideally want to have 98 to 100% in a normal ideal scenario. Nothing I'm going to get concerned about unless we're starting to get 95 and below. Reality for me as a benchmark, it's when we're starting to get below 90% oxygen saturation. I see that as a concern. 88 to 90 is when supplemental oxygen should be being applied. Oxygen stats have just come up to 90, heart rate's at 76. Yep, you're nearly done, kiddo. Nearly done. Tomorrow, everything is going to be totally finished off. Absolutely. And I've done... Yeah, no, but you don't have that capability, the capacity. Your battery is on low. In fact, you have run out of battery power. And that's spoon theory, the ability to conserve energy to utilise it for a set task. Dyan has been doing her absolute best to rest up in between all the moving. I've done all the manual work, that's why I'm a bit sore and tired. We've had support staff obviously help out wherever possible as well. And then Dyan has to be involved. She has to actually have a say and be able to position things so that she knows where it's going. She can remember and recall. It's got to be functional and practical for her, so she's got to be involved in that participation as well. But every little bit we've tried to reduce as much as we possibly can, so that she has to do the very, very least possible. Now, obviously, I know Dyan inside out for 34 years of being married with her, so I know ultimately with most things need to go and are effective for her, but there's still some things. And that's part of this participation, being part of having choice and control and being able to say, well, look, my life, my house, my room, my routines, I like things, and why wouldn't she want to be involved? So you can't just get Kira to do absolutely everything. It doesn't work like that, sadly, unfortunately.
I have to do it today.
You do. Absolutely.
Today?
No, today we've done. We are in rest mode, but you know what? What happens with Dyan in these little episodes, they might go on for a couple of hours. We might have to have a recovery for a couple more hours. She'll probably then get a burst of energy at 11 o'clock tonight, and we'll probably pop down to the apartment, or pop up, because it's literally just above us, on another level, because we're in a respite for the week while we've done the whole move transition, so that we'll keep Dyan as safe as possible. Well, look, hasn't been the best exercise. We've had a very full-on seizure episode. We've had a very severe and significant Tourette's episode last night. We've obviously got more seizure activities going along between syncope, which is passing out, as well as the Tourette's activity, with a crossover between dystonic actually, which we've been seeing in the face. So look, I'm hoping that we're not going into full-blown seizures again tonight. Fingers crossed. But the medications, the ASMs, the anti-seizure medications that I provided will hopefully be more than sufficient at this stage to keep her subdued and safe.
I want to do more.
I know you want to do more. I absolutely get it. Heart rates are coming down a little bit further now to 70. Oxygen stats are in a good range at 96, so that's really good.
Yes. So the hair dryer will fix my plastic.
Hey, darling.
The hair dryer will fix my plastic.
Yes, your hairdryer will. So the art table, we're in the studio section. We have a clear film of clear plastic that goes over the art table to keep it protected, because obviously Dyan can be quite, can't be trusted. You're a little bit on the clumsy side, and that's this whole dyspraxia, balance, coordination, eyesight, coordination, things can suddenly, and Tourette's, throw off and fling off and trip over, and particularly if we're doing resin art or other sort of painting. Dyspraxia? Bless you. Things can fall over, and look, it's quite difficult.
I've
so
done it too much.
you have.
My life.
I know you have.
I'm trying to resin myself.
You're resin yourself. There you go.
I could live forever.
You could live forever. Who needs cryogenics anymore? We can just resin you. I don't recommend that at all. Full stop. No, don't do that.
It's just about done. Is so close.
The art studio is nearly done. So many things have been going on. I've been putting up things on the wall to be able to obviously hang stuff as we're going along. I've got all the electronics configured into the new wireless. So, of course, moving into a new place, all your internet changes, all your wireless settings, all the devices, particularly all the medical and disability related devices, have to be reconnected, reconfigured. So whether that's the SAMI 3 seizure camera, the Night Watch wearable seizure device, all these things have to be plugged into the router. You've got other devices like the medic alert buzzer. All these things have to be configured so that they work on the new internet settings. Frustrating. Then there's Google Home automation. Now what I've found with the new router, unfortunately, is that it's at a 5 gigahertz rate. A lot of those older type RLEC connectors work on the 2.5 gigahertz, and we can't get them to cross over and connect because I can't configure on the router a manual setting for both 2.5 gigahertz and 5 gigahertz. I'm going to have to upgrade because they are quite old. This is the problem with technology as it keeps evolving. Power. We're going to look at the lighting solutions and the power backpacks. So those power packs.
How many?
I don't know. I'm not worried about it for the moment. I better count them. But the most important one, the one by your bed, my lamp, that's the one that's actually working because that's on a newer version of things. So I've programmed that. Yes, we'll have to get some more of it. This is the problem of change and transition and moving. You've got to do so many other settings and configurations, don't you?
Why aren't you at Bunnings?
I started the morning at just leaving here at 7 o'clock to go to Bunnings. You forgot about it. I've done my one Bunnings trip today. You want to send me back again?
McDonald's.
I did. In fact, Bunnings is closed for the day, sweetie. It closes at 5 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday.
Why does everyone have to have such a good weekend?
I don't know. We've had a busy weekend.
Weekend.
Well, you know what? Everything's done. I even set up his sensory swing on the back balcony where she could overlook the Swan River and have a look at the sailing boats. You can see Perth City. Well, I need to put you in it to test it, but no, it shouldn't squeak because I've now configured it so that it doesn't do that. All right, so I think it's going to work out pretty damn well. So that's another thing I've set up. That really helps Dyan with her autism, so she can regulate herself. She likes that swinging motion, don't you?
Otherwise, I'm going to ask for a bolt under.
Yep, a Dynabite, which will go into like an aerial point on the concrete. Yes. But I think the swing will be more than sufficient, and we can move it around to multiple locations to suit you and your needs. You can see the boats, which would be cool. Or you can see the hills, you can see the trees, you can see the birds, you can see your planes, because we've got a great view of Perth Airport, so you can see the planes coming in, and you can use the tracker to be able to watch the planes and the helicopters as they're flying around overhead.
Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi, yes, off to Abu Dhabi.
No, actually.
I think Dyan's coming around, so I'm glad. I think we've actually been able to get it in front of. So that pain spike response obviously setting the brain off and going into more neurological. The United Arab Emirates, UAE, which is where Abu Dhabi is.
But a different place.
Singapore, Hong Kong.
No.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Dubai.
Oh, Dubai.
Dubai.
If you listen to the word Dubai, what do you go there to buy stuff? Dubai?
You have to be rich to go to Dubai.
Well, we're not rich, honey, so we won't be going.
No.
Unless you can get on Sheen, that won't be happening either.
No.
Let's have a look to see if your oxygen stats have come
I'm
down a bit.
fine.
Heart rate and oxygen. So heart rate's reduced even further to 66. I'm really happy with that. Oxygen stats are in that 96 range. That's really good. Speaking of that drop, I think you actually went down to about 85% oxygen saturation during this episode. We've actually got an appointment with the respiratory specialist on Monday morning at 9 o'clock. Yes, we do. So it's tomorrow, 9 o'clock. I've got a video conference call. Don't panic about that. I'll manage that. I think you'll be needing to rest up and recover. But we need to be working on the medical oxygen. It should be the man with the bow tie, the professor. Absolutely.
I like him.
You do like him. Well, you can say hello. But we need to have conversations about some oxygen testing and access to medical oxygen. We're still trying to work through with the system. He is old. Hopefully he knows lots because he's old and mature.
He's very good.
He is, indeed. So that's something that's happening tomorrow. The transition and move from this apartment into our apartment happens tomorrow. So everything we have to take with us. Now, luckily, we've only got a few things.
What?
You bring a few things with you. I don't think you travel light. I don't think you're able to travel light. I think the cat's actually got more stuff than you, to be honest.
I travelled very light.
Well, you are light and small, but you still have lots of bags and medical equipment and all the other stuff.
It's not my fault.
I know that. I agree with that.
We can't put the caddy on top of the thing. It'll look terrible.
It'll be fine, sweetie. It's
No.
quick. There's no room in the medical cabinet.
Then you have to buy.
I'm not buying anything
No.
else. There is only so much room and space in an
IKEA
apartment, and I'm not
box
going to IKEA again.
on
No
top to
way.
disguise it a little bit so it's not so like
Can't disguise it. It's got to be immediately accessible.
No, it's yucky.
Maybe we'll put a
Feed
pretty material cover over it, something nice, like something like Disney. We can get some material from Spotlight, and there's going to be a material cover which can be pulled off, and it's quick access to do. I've been doing Dyan's PEEP, which is her personal emergency evacuation plan, and today as well. So every time we move to a new location, that has to be created and updated. A PEEP, personal emergency evacuation plan. That enables me to work out what happens in case of scenarios. So people know, staff know, support organisation, the overnight on-sites, everybody knows if there is a fire or a smoke or an emergency, where and how we can evacuate, how we have to stay in place, what you're ready to do what. Ready to do more? You've been like Rocky Balboa. This is your comeback fight? No, not really. I think you're probably getting a false feeling now because the pain meds have kicked in and are probably feeling a lot better.
Oh my god, I've got a spine.
Yes, you do have a spine. I can contest to that, and I'll tell you what, I'm feeling every little bit more as well. You know, when you go, we've got rid of some more stuff. Thank God we've got bins here. But you know what? When you sit down to work on things and you're screwing stuff in, getting down is okay. It's the getting back up again. That's actually the hard part.
It's so hard when you're 50.
I think it's just we're old, honey, and we've also got a few aches and pains and arthritis or whatever else that might be coming along. But yeah,
I'm old.
You're old, sweetie.
I'm feeling it now.
Yeah, okay. You haven't got much muscle tone, but we are hoping to get her back into the pool very soon with the warmer weather, and we could actually start to do some hydrotherapy. Hydrotherapy is one of the really cool aspects of living in this apartment because it actually, the coolness of the water, first of all, works on your inflammation. It brings down your whole body's inflammation. That's a good one. The movement will impact, correct better circulation, both from your respiratory system, your oxygenation, but even just your jelly welly. Yeah, good on you. Just even your whole even bowel system, because your upright and moving will actually help that. Now, obviously, being in the water, it's no pressure, as in it's not weight bearing, so that works really nicely for her as well. So that helps because of her joint hypermobility, the Earlos down loss. It can go out, dislocate, sublux, and grind. So that's why weightless exercise activities is going to go really well.
My exercise.
You will. We do have a cold vest for Dial as the warmer weather comes in, particularly when it's in that higher than 35 degrees, so we can go out and about a bit more and do activities.
I can do.
Because she's got thermo dysregulation as part of her condition as well. Yeah, you can. You're going to get out and do some equine therapy, some animal rescue. You're going to get into some
'Cause-
art and community stuff as well.
Because they're South African.
They are South African. They
So
like
they
their
like
animals,
the
don't they?
animals,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be able to do that.
Yep, you've got some cool
I'm
things
in.
coming up and planned in the very, very near future. I know, just try and lengthen your spine out as much as you can. That's why it's good that you're lying down. Dawn hasn't been able to be in a hospital bed this whole time, even though she's got the pressure care level 4 mattress, which is an alternating air mattress. That's great to reduce pressure sores. We've still got, unfortunately, the inability of this tilting. We're not able to actually support her posture as the best we possibly can. So we've been shoving pillows in different positions, and of course that doesn't really help. So not a good thing. This bed, I think, actually affected her spine, obviously with CCI, cranial cervical instability as well. That doesn't help any good. A lot of patients with 22q do have skeletal related issues, scoliosis, deterioration of the spine, a lot of midline affected things. You do, and I need to get you actually to an MRI. I need to check your lower back.
Too.
Yes, and upper back needs to be checked out. We've got the test forms for doing that. You need a ultrasound on your shoulder, and you need a guided ultrasound to get into your neck and get an injection.
No.
Yes,
but
cortisone
my
injection is what she needs to have.
Put me in hospital to do everything.
Yes.
So I'm waiting to hear about that.
Well,
because I'm not going.
Don't hold your breath
to
for the
20
moment.
appointments
I know. That's on the plan. That's what we're working towards at the moment. Just to try and coordinate and synchronise the team, the 20 plus different specialties, so that they can all poke and prod her at the one time rather than spread over a course of a year. Makes more sense, doesn't it? It's better efficiency, but doesn't mean that they always work effectively or efficiently. How are you feeling now? I think you've come out of your neurological. I think that pain spike really sets you off just then.
I'm in a lot of pain, like if you could work on my neck later.
Yeah, I can. I definitely will. But you need to be resting now.
I
You're not
my
getting up.
bath so
Oh, I know.
bad.
Now, the bath saga, for those who've been following that, just to explain, Dyan's got a very specialist Windsor walk-in bath. It's a disability bath. We have been working on this for over 2.5 years to get. We got it only just recently while we were in the other apartment. It had just been installed. We've had it for 2 weeks, and then we had to move. The bath is coming with us. Yay! That's a really cool thing. So that part of things is happening, but it won't be installed until the 6th of January, unfortunately. So that's
because it's
a little
Christmas
over a month.
Eve.
We've got that normal Christmas embargo period where basically tradies and everything else put down the tools, go on holiday, don't do anything. I know, so all that's been scheduled in, so we've got to wait a few weeks before we can start getting all that happening. But we will be coming back down to the respite room this time because we don't want down near the heavy noise of the tiles being removed and them drilling into the wall, which is noisy and dusty, as you would have seen in the previous videos. And we don't want to have her around the toxic fumes, which is what the waterproofing, with that waterproof membrane that gets painted on, it's toxic. It's not good for her at all. So we'll be spending a couple of days back down here. You did. You had anaphylaxis response to it all. Mast cell activation.
I don't need any drama.
No, we don't need any drama in your life. Let's try and avoid as much as we can. Smooth sailing. Lovely. Well, you can see those yachts on the river.
We've got to get ready for the roast for Auntie Anne.
Yeah, for Christmas.
We've got to get sorted.
We've got Christmas decorations to put up.
Feast.
You're going to really love to see what the apartment looks like. Hold on, I'm talking.
Christmas decorations.
We're going to be doing a guided tour very soon of the apartment. You're going to love it. It's going to be very interesting inside. I'll show you some of the outside as well so you can see what the apartment building looks like, our views, the gym, the conference, the community room, the pool, the fresco area, our apartment, whole lots of things to be able to see. Right.
Because I have to finish my art room before you display it.
Yes, indeed. Okay, oxygen stats are at 96, heart rate's at 69. I'm very happy with that. You have certainly settled down. Your pain was peaking you up to the 100.
My neck is not okay.
Well, you're not moving. You're going to relax.
My back is not okay.
I know, not good
My
at all.
lower spine.
Your body takes hammering. It pays a toll from doing all this activity.
Burning all the way up my spine and neck.
Right, well, I've given you some anti-inflammatories as well as some pain relief and also some nerve pain medication.
But I'd like to know what's going on.
And some muscle
in
relaxants. Oh, I don't know if we want to see.
Scans.
I know, we do need to have an MRI to see what's actually going on. So
a needle in my neck?
Yeah, that's the cortisone injection, so into the C7 cavity.
Temporary.
Look, they actually do last quite a long time.
But
right?
it's dangerous.
Well, it's actually done under ultrasound and it's guided and they are experts, so they need to know what they're doing and it will help you. It will reduce the inflammation at that very location, which will reduce some of your pain. Before we see the orthopedic specialist, Don's waiting at the moment for another specialist, the orthopedic specialist, to actually review the whole spine to see surgically what can be done to actually help as things are deteriorating, or whether she needs to wear a more permanent cervical collar or back spine collar support brace as well.
Why can't they just get me like a spider neck collar so I can do more upright?
Well, we'll look at that. We'll look at things that will prevent, but that also deteriorates your muscle tone. Wearing supports or splints or braces deteriorates your muscle tone around your ligaments and your muscles. Sure, but then that's movement again. So it can be useful, particularly if you're fatigued. And with fatiguing conditions, your posture slumps, your head is very heavy, it falls forward. It causes more strain, more accentuator of the curve.
Therapy, I can compensate.
Yep, absolutely. Movement is really important, but you've got to actually pace and balance. You've got to keep that spoon theory working your hand. So optimizing, saving your energy, use it, and then recovery. That's right. You got to pull this down there, and they'll see that in a video really soon. So, guys, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can see some of the content. Welcome to everybody who is new.
Some of you know it, and some of you don't.
So we were in the same apartment that we're about to move back into. 7 months ago, we moved, and we were there actually for 2 years, and the whole community, which we've now pretty much met most of them in the recent few days, are really loving having us back in, which is really nice to see some old friends, familiar faces, and people who are excited to have us back in. So that's a positive in that side of things. The hard part, the downside, has been the actual moving. The new support team are very good. Agency.
Everything, the SDA team.
The SIL team, which is supporting independent living teams. So we've got supports around the clock at the moment, 24 hours a day available to us.
And it's been
makes it feel a lot safer.
As well as me.
Well, you haven't been able to see me totally because I've been so busy getting the house set up so that when you do come in for those little bits and times that you have to do, everything's prepared for you. Exactly, which is great to keep you safe. A bit scary for the new stuff, seeing some of these conditions and what Dyan has to go through with the severity of seizures, dystonia, cardiac, respiratory. Well, it is. Some people can be quite frightened. And that's part of why we do our channel is to, and you do get used to it. I mean, you would have had 800 plus tonic-clonic seizures by now. We don't count how many myoclonus or absent seizures and things, that'd be in the thousands. But that's why we do the channel, to educate, also to advocate for the condition, to bring awareness to rare diseases. Dyan's got multiple different rare conditions, and by bringing awareness to it, people can actually start to have the conversation. Medical students and doctors can start to learn. It is life limiting. Quite commonly, 47.1 years is really the mean average age for patients with 22q.
But I feel like I don't worry much. I just enjoy every day.
That's what you can do. Enjoy every day.
But
look for the long game. Hope for the best.
I guess from the outside,
and be prepared for the worst, just in case.
That must be scary. But I've had to come to terms with.
Of course you do.
Whatever happens, happens.
That's
God
part
has
of the
a plan.
process, isn't it? It's a palliative care process in the sex house. We don't know all the answers. A bit like your grandfather. I mean, he's like a cat of 9 lives. He could have and should have died 9 times over.
Yes.
Amazing guy, and you're very similar. I mean, I have resuscitated you multiple times myself, so I know what it's like to have that, and it's upsetting and it's fearful. Look,
I feel more sorry for you guys on the outside.
Great. And look, also a big shout out to some of the people in the comments, some of our long-term followers who have been obviously providing a lot of support, a lot of care and consideration. We see both aspects of our journey, from myself as a partner and as a family member, but also as a carer, informal care, but also for you specifically as a person, the patient going through this, a mother, a partner, a family member, a person of society, some of the struggles that we deal with disability and rare conditions.
About that in the podcast.
That's great. I'm glad you did.
You know, people might think, oh my gosh, you've got mental health issues. No, I'm just going through real emotions.
Emotions are okay.
Palliative care.
We shouldn't suppress emotions, by the way.
Palliative care is not something about just the end of life. There is a beginning phase.
Absolutely.
And the beginning phase is you're always prepared.
Correct.
You always have to be. You could last longer.
Correct.
20, 10.
And you're going to have conversations around that space as well. And there's certain things that you need to have done in preparation. That's why I've got enduring power of guardianship. It's a medical control of guardianship for Dyan to be able to assist and make decisions, anything medically orientated, if it's related to life and resuscitation.
My boys and my grandson.
I get that, of course, and that's a very healthy risk as parents to want to see that, and we always work towards that. So, as we wrap this episode up, it is Vlogmas. I get that. Look, some of our episodes aren't exactly very much vloggy-mas in that Christmas spirit. I'm sorry, I'm not wearing my Christmas t-shirt today. You're wearing only Hello Kitty.
Like this
again.
year,
I washed it, by the way. Don't worry about that.
House.
Yeah, we're a bit disruptive in our Christmas preparations, as you can. Yeah, it is.
But you like December's not over.
It's not over until the fat lady sings, as they say.
We have a big blow-up Santa, a nice Christmas tree.
Do we?
What do you mean?
I've got to find that. I haven't seen it yet. We do actually have a blow-up Santa. I haven't seen the blow-up Santa. Look, I've been through pretty much every box and crate and everything else. I don't know. Did he blow away? Did he blow up?
It might be in the Christmas box in general.
Might be in the Christmas box. That's the ones I haven't been in. Because we've got to get our Christmas crates out. It's not in the electrics, because I used to keep it in the electric box.
We're getting a bigger one.
Oh my God, bigger and better and
no,
brighter.
Like we might be still decorating. We don't know.
We will be. Well, you know what? First steps, moving in tomorrow, finishing off your art studio.
We're going to do basics. We're not going
we're doing some Christmas decoration.
Out. We're not going
It's
all
pretty quick. Our Christmas tree is one of those ones that you polish up and it's all sorted out.
That one's easy, but I'm
throw
saying
some
like,
tinsel. Should be fine. Should be right, mate.
I'm not going all out because, you know.
She says that now, and you just wait on her decorations. It'll look beautiful, look stunning. Absolutely. It's what you do. You can't help yourself.
Energy, man. Then you got to pack them up again. I've just moved house and done all of that round.
I know. Well, you know what? That's why we're here.
In the mood, but the Christmas cheer will be there.
Christmas cheer will be there.
And I will show you, and I will give you my roast recipe if you wish.
Sounds good to me. Indeed.
I have a good one.
You do actually have a nice one.
So I will be happy to share that because some of you know how to cook a roast. And look, we have roasts in Australia, even on 40-degree Celsius temperature days.
Oxygen stats at 94, heart rate's at 68.
And we just jump in the pool afterwards and cool down. But I will share my roast because just in case you don't know how to do a roast, this one is easy. Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong, absolutely. It is lovely. So
yummy. It's all about family, feasting,
good conversations,
love,
lots of
joy,
support, care and consideration to others.
Absolutely. So be kind to others. Invite people who are alone to your Christmas.
Absolutely. It's always a good thing. Or even if you're just walking down the street, don't forget to say Merry Christmas.
Yes,
say good day to people.
Merry Christmas to strangers.
Yeah.
Especially ones that you know might
bring cheer and joy to others as well. Guys, as we wrap up this episode, it luckily hasn't gone into a full-blown seizure. Thank God for that. We got down here and in front of it. That's why I reacted very quickly with the medication.
My neck is sore.
Get that. You've overdone things.
Sore.
You're basically sore
I
over.
sat on the floor and back.
If we had a bath right now, I'd be throwing you into a nice hot bath with Epsom salts or Radox and put the spa on.
Isn't it a pity?
But unfortunately, we don't have that. Sad to say, we have to do without. But 6th of January, we'll get the bath in place. Tomorrow, we actually move into the apartment. We'll get the tour going very shortly in the next 24, 48 hours, and you will love seeing that.
Tomorrow, we can go to a place that's the public places where they have spas.
Right, maybe. I
I
think we'll be.
Muscles.
We've got medical appointment in the morning. We're moving tomorrow. Maybe we won't have time
and
for
our
doing all those
staff
things.
we've got tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got a few things on.
We're still doing training
Yep,
stuff.
just like the PEEP, the Personal Emergency Evacuation Plan.
And they're also doing their training as well.
Absolutely.
They've got other stuff.
Well, guys, like I said, as we wrap up, give us a big thumbs up. Diane did pretty well this episode. She said she got through it without having to go full blown, and I'm happy about that. Obviously, getting in front of it with the medications early has obviously reduced her pain. That spike is what's triggered today. Thank you. I can have all those things back. If you've got comments, questions, ideas, or suggestions, leave them below. Just a bit of a disclaimer, as I always do. Remember, we are not medical professionals. got a background in it, but we're not medical professionals to give you information. If you need information, go and see your primary care physician or a specialist in the area that you need to do. Everybody is unique and different, and what we do for Dyan is very specific and specialised to her needs. But we are showing her life as you see it, warts and all.
The good, bad, the ugly. Yeah. That's why I did that video podcast, deep and meaningful. I know for some it's like, oh, it's mental health stuff, it's too much. No, it is. I want you guys to always realise that negative feelings can't hurt you. No. Negative feelings are normal. Yeah. And we all get there one day where we have hard things to face. I
think the biggest struggle is when you don't have the supports around you during those times. So you do need to be able to go through and move through things, but it's helpful if you've got people that you can talk to and share that journey with. Yeah. And be validated. Okay, yes. Not gaslight. Validated about what you're going through, and actually have some care and empathy to support that person.
Make sure you, like I said in the thing, don't allow toxic people in your life. That will never make your health better. It will always make your health worse.
Absolutely, it is negative. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for being around and staying here to support Dyan during that episode. Happy Vlogmas. There's some really cool stuff about to occur. I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in another episode real soon. Bye for now.